I genuinely think he took way too much punishment, and that's, I mean, that was so severe. If I were him, I'd never fight again.
Yeah, look, I thought I'd done enough to win the fight. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't as clear cut as I'd initially wanted it to be, but I definitely thought I'd done it. Sometimes in fights and stuff, it can sway the judge's opinion of where they think the fight's going and how it's going out and stuff. And there's little annoyances as well, blood going in my eye and in my mouth and stuff like that. So,
thought Wardley showed his limitations and his lack of pedigree, and he was very crude with that right hand over the right hand attack, but he showed so much heart and guts and desire. He just kept going for it. He was never going to quit, was he? He was never going to turn around and fold or take a knee and quit.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's great to have that part of my history now, part of my legacy, but I'm not trying to do it too many times.
How good of a servant has he been to box?
He's a great guy. I just felt this week, like I've been around him a lot of fight weeks, I just didn't feel any kind of confidence or buzz. And I think when I heard that this fight was getting made, I thought, that's a strange fight.
Well, I hope that's not going to be the case for him, and if he carries on, we certainly would be looking to help him in that way. But look, he's been involved in some.
Difference fighting a world champion, a legitimate world champion for a title, and beating a world champion who's already a world champion. And Fabio Wardley hasn't beat a current world champion to be the champion, has he? Josie Park.
Fabio was not ready for boxing. He was no jab, nothing, looking for power shots. It's like he didn't train. He was doing busy commentating. Little bastard. He was supposed to fucking train in the gym. How many jabs did Fabio chuck? Less jabs. He didn't chuck no jabs. He didn't do anything with.
He neglected all of his little bit of boxing skill, what he's learned over the white collar and through the fights that he's been involved in. I mean, he's had a fantastic career, and I don't think this is the end of Fabio Wardley at all, but he showed that he's a bit naive and a bit green. Like I said, his attacks were very crude. I don't know what Ben Davison should have been telling him. Stop throwing that overhand right from out of range. It's like he's looking for the knockout punch. He's not even got his feet in range.
Fabio Wardley has got a heart as big as a bucket, and some of the punches he took last night, he may not come back from, because he was taking right hands, he was eating them so flush. It was quite brutal to watch at times. I've actually felt sorry for Fabio.
Rematch, but I don't think he should fight. I genuinely don't think he should take that rematch. I think that's too dangerous. I genuinely think he took way too much punishment, and that was so severe. If I were him, I'd never fight again.
I mean, this got to a point where Fabio is stumbling around. He's not even aware of his surroundings. It doesn't look like the doctors are checking on him round after round. And, I said Daniel had big stones to get off the canvas. Fabio Wardley's got a chin of iron because he ate some absolute nukes. Shots that put Anthony Joshua on the floor from Daniel Dubois and probably would have put a lesser man in the hospital that night. I mean, I'm sure Fabio's in the hospital now, but
After the fight, he kept his shape. The jabs were working, dominating head to body. Kept slinging that big right hand over the top. Now and again, he's whipping it up the middle. He had good feet for a big guy, good feet. And I thought, you look the part. But then there was no plan B that he could rely on if that didn't work. And you saw from round 6, he lost his shape. The shape had gone because there was no plan B. When he get hit, it was like he completely turned. And trust me, this boy's got no coward in him.
Entertaining round after round, backwards and forwards. The heart on these guys, the balls, the bravery. That's what you want to pay. That's what you want to. We hope every time we tune in for a heavyweight championship, you're getting that type of energy. They both gave everything they had. I could watch that 10 times.
What a warrior he is. Came through that test. Coming off the back of a loss, I was a bit nervy to start off with and a bit all over the place, but I pulled it together and got the victory.
Nobody could ever question this young man again. Yeah, all that quitting nonsense. Nobody will ever question him again.
Two-time heavyweight champion of the world under you.
It sounds good, doesn't it? It does. It sounds good. There's more to come. We were in there with a very dangerous fight, and the name of Fabio Wardley. He should be proud of himself.
Hell of a fight. I think the worst thing that happened was that knockdown in the first round. After that, Wardley was just looking for that right hand. No jab, no defense, no left hook. sorry, meat and chicken. You know what I mean? But it was a hell of a fight. He showed the heart of a champion, and I think there should be a rematch.
Did that slap just to wake up, you know, stay in reality, you know, it's not slip. You know, I got to dig deep. And as a warrior, you have to dig deep. Got to go to that dark place and come.